Okay, so here is a Bitcoin update more on a bigger picture scale. Um, I just want to make sure there's no confusion out there. I have not called wave 4 bottom. That to me that has not yet been put in. I've consistently said this looks 2-3 wave-ish, ABC-ish. And I've also said that there are several possibilities I'm on the lookout for. But let's just review. So we know we know that this is wave 3, okay? And wave 3 was put in, and from there I started counting for a ABC, trying to project for a bottom of wave 4 to find the probable pathway. And we had said that this was where we could see W, X, Y. And if this was WXY, and if it was a wave 4 bottom, we need to start seeing a real good impulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making all-time new highs. And then as it was developing, I said this looks 2-3 wave-ish, ABC-ish here by itself also. And that was bothering me because it just didn't look too impulsive. And because it didn't look impulsive, I was thinking, okay, there's got to be maybe some other possibilities. So this WXY made maybe a higher degree A, and we might be looking at a higher degree B. Okay? Wait, oh, no. Don't. Like so. Okay? Where then if this is ABC, then we can have ABC and 5 waves up. Okay? Let me get rid of it. I don't want to confuse you. It gets too messy when you start doing a lot of the sublabels. And then so we can see A, B, C of B as a potential. But there were too many bullish patterns that I saw, which, if not negated, nullified or net zeroed these. And these patterns I had shared with you already. That was the beautiful ascending right triangle. We saw that happening, right? We also saw here a very nice classic inverse upside down head and shoulders. And that had a target of, this one has a target of 4,500. Last night we saw this mini head and shoulders right here, which had a target of approximately the same. Okay, so, and also what I'm thinking now is, okay, let's draw some lines. If I draw a line here, by the way, it is a very busy Saturday morning here. You're gonna see a lot of dishes clanking and kids running around in my household. My 15-year-old is getting ready for the, what do you call it, the regionals for drive, chip, and putt contest. So my updates today will be a little bit less, obviously. And we'll see if she can go to Augusta. We'll find out. Anyways, she kicks my butt in golfing every time. Well, not every time. I do have some good days where I beat her. But anyways, okay, let's finish connecting some dots here. Okay, like so. And this was shared with me by Seanster and others. So you could say, okay, A, B, C. So we have A. How can B be playing? So this is very valid, something to clearly look out for. It's not bullish. It's a symmetrical triangle that is pointing upwards. So anything that is pointing upwards, it has a bearish connotation. So let's see if we can count this. Now, you gotta be careful because you don't count the down. If the overall trend is down, you don't count that as A. You count the down as a starting point. So I count this as A, B, C, D, and E. And if E is finished, there could be a swift downdraft. Absolutely. And what should traders be doing here? I'd be laddering a trailing stop. One here. One here. Like so. That's what I would do in thirds. I'd be doing a trailing stop. Now, I'm not, whenever I put in a bearish connotation, it doesn't mean I'm going bearish. It doesn't mean vice versa. It doesn't mean I'm going full board bullish. No, not at all. This is something clear to watch out for. Is it my primary count? No, it isn't. My primary count is that this has maybe a bit to go. For example, here. And I see a scenario, maybe it'll spike up, potential, and then spike down, which will confirm the bearish. This kind of spike, piercing, and retrace back into and under the resistance line is always bearish. Always bullish if it's in opposite direction, spikes down and up. That's very bullish. And this way, then, the minimum of this head and shoulders could be met. At this point, I'd be tightening my stops, let's say. Okay, that's what I would be doing. And by the way, I had additional longs filled, which is very, I'll do a quick update on that later on, at a separate update. Now, if this triangle is not the primary play, let's say for now, what I would envision is possibly, okay, so I could do this left shoulder, a little bit lopsided head, and this could go up here, and go up down, and recover. What could that mean? That would be another very bullish indication of head and shoulders. And boy, this would take it to far, much higher trajectory. So we're not out of the woods yet. Okay, now what would allow me to call the bottom? This is what I would look for. Remember how I said, yes, we need to get this blue line resistance? Okay, we're past it. That was one of the indications that I'm going to make it blue since I was headed blue. Indication I was looking for. And we passed it. We breached it. And I would like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I see 3 is done and 4, and then we see a turn up. So, sorry, look this. So 1, 2, we see this, 3, and then we see a turn down and start turning up on the 5th. Then I'd be pretty convinced this is an impulsive. A, B, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we wouldn't have an all-time high yet. And no, you cannot say, oh, hedging, you missed it all. No, I had my ladders here. And I have my ladder right here too. And once this happens, I'll be building another ladder. So I haven't really missed it really at all. My profit from here was pretty good. I sold half of it on a downscale here, but I re-laddered back up. Not at all. And I laddered my ladders. For those new readers, what is a ladder? My laddering enables you to remove the emotion, to control that FOMO, to control and de-risk from experiencing that seller's or buyer's remorse, where, for example, let's say you over here sold everything in one stroke because you were panicking or you were afraid that it'll just go to 2,000. And boy, what a mortification that would be to watch this go up and up and up. At the very least, you could have maybe sold in different scales of this type, using support resistance lines, so that maybe you would have still some skin in the game by now. Okay? And that's what laddering is all about. It prevents the seller's and the buyer's remorse. Is it too late to ladder now? Absolutely not. You can ladder like so. Let's say I wanted to ladder in right now. And if I wanted to ladder in, I would find this support zone and now slightly a bit of a resistance. Boom, one's right there. Another buy entry could be right there using this support region. I would use this resistance of another ladder. Wung in the ladder, R-U-N-G, Wung. Boy, when I was a kid learning English, the letter R was so difficult for me because in Korean we don't have the letter R. The best I could say was ah. Even now I have to make an extra effort to make a letter R. Same thing with the letter V. We don't have the V. So vanilla for me was vanilla for a very, very long time as a kid. So here, okay, I would continue, and then I would go subscale, where it is right now, just above it. I can ladder in. Here's another good entry point. Another good entry point. And I will cut this into half, like so. This is a de-risking, an effective de-risking technique. I have yet to find anything better than this anywhere. Even the professionals I know go in one full swoop. And what I say is having even 2 rungs is better than having 1. Now there's a fellow out there, Jim Cramer. I don't know if you guys read his book, The Street Addict. Memoirs of a Street Addict, I think. And that's where I kind of, in fact, that's one of the first places I kind of said, wait, that kind of makes sense. Because he would drive his brokers crazy. Because he would ladder in, little by little. And the brokers wanted to do everything all at once and get the commission all at once. And that's where Jim Cramer, one of the reasons why he was at least profitable in his hedge fund, because he laddered in and out. If you want to take his book, you'll definitely find that section. Now, the other thing that I agree with Jim Cramer is bulls make money, bears make money, but the pigs get slaughtered. that's when you have to take your profits. Okay, so anyways, like I said, if I see this pattern here, that I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I see an uprise, then I'm going to call the bottom. That will be the 5th. I should have made this a lot more clearer, but I'm sorry it wasn't that clear in my mind as well. So I hope this makes sense. And if you have any further questions, please do post, send in the comments. As always, I would be grateful for your upvote, follow, and re-steam. That would be really, really helpful. By the way, if you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter at Hedging Subscript Crypto, CRYPTO. Whenever I post my analysis, I send out an alert in real time on Twitter, because not yet, Steemit does not have an alert system like that, but it shall, I'm pretty sure. It's just a matter of time. Have a good weekend, guys.